Hello, all, and welcome to Beginner's Guide. Hopefully, I'm being heard right now. I am. This is the character creation portion of my Trinity Continuum adventure overview. Um, Thank you all for coming. And if you aren't familiar, and I'm probably going to plug this multiple times, if you haven't been keeping an eye on uh, the Twitch schedule, there is going to actually be and I'm gotta get this right, a Trinity Continuum Adventurer stream that is going to be next Monday at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It is Trinity Continuum Adventure, The Undesirables. Seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited after going over Trinity Continuum Adventure last time. There is currently a Kickstarter for They Came From RPG Anthology, which I will just do the little command here for Kickstarter. There we go. It is currently, or at least yesterday, it was at 14,500 of its 20,000 goals, so it's getting close. It might. I'm just gonna check. Starter, Kickstarter. They Came From Anthology. Oh, nope. Let's see what we got here. The up number is okay, so it's currently just less than 5,000 away from making its goal, and it's still got 23 days to go. That's pretty good. Definitely gonna make it. Chandra Magic saying, I am impatiently for my money to come in so I can pledge for that. Waiting impatiently. Okay, I get you there. So, Trinity Continuum Adventure. Now we got this beautiful book here. We've got our character sheet lined up. If you have any ideas for what type of character you'd like to see, just put them in the messages below. I'm going to start looking over the character creation rules right now. Thank you all for coming. And we will jump right in. Go all the way down to character creation rules, chapter 4. Hopefully, yeah, this is the. I'm just making sure that you guys can see what I'm seeing. Looks like it. Okay, so step one. Oh, this is a lot more quick referencey than other of the Trinity Continuum books. You got here your concept, get your character's name, background, and aspirations, your paths. You have your origin, role, and society paths. There are several new ones here in Adventure. We're going to be using those. You gain skill dots and edge dots from each path. We know that. Assign 6 additional skill dots and pick specialties for any skills with high enough rating, and gain 1 skill trick in the skill rated 3 or higher. Okay, got that. And then we've got assign your attribute dots, select your character's favorite approach. These are all the things that have been done previously. Now decide how the moment of inspiration occurred and whether the character became a daredevil, stalwart, or mesmerist. So this is your moment of inspiration. Turns you into an inspired. Okay. Assign 3 points between facets. Calculate your inspiration pool as follows: 1 point base plus 1 point for each facet rated 1, 3, or 5. So a character with intuitive 1, reflex 0, and destructive 2 would have an inspiration of 3. This seems very familiar to another Trinity sub book. I forget which one did it. Probably maybe it was the core, but it could have been Aether or Aeon rather. Okay, so we get that. Daredevils gain 1 gift from each path associated with the path's keyword, and 1 additional gift chosen from any keyword, regardless of path. Okay. Okay, so we get that. Daredevils gain 1 gift from each path associated with the path's keyword, and 1 additional gift chosen from any keyword, regardless of path. Okay. Okay, so we get that. Daredevils gain 1 gift from each path associated with the path's keyword, and 1 additional gift chosen from any keyword, regardless of path. Okay, and stalwarts gain 3 gifts from their favorite approach and 1 additional gift regardless of approach. Mesmerists choose biology, cognitive, or energetic as their primary psychic gift type, then gain 3 gifts from that group and 1 additional gift from chosen from outside that group. Okay. Okay, so it is the same as the talent from the core with just a tiny bit of difference. So they don't have a lot of extra that needs to be added at the book. Looking at the behemoth of the character creation that is Aberrant. Yeah, if you were here for when I went over Aberrant, that had an insane amount that you had to spend XP to get your character up to snuff. Basically, it was very freeform in a way, but it also was like you're dropping boatloads of XP on things. Let's look at here for the. There's not much else here with the calculating the final touches. Um, as comic courtesy for daredevils, stalwarts, and mesmerists, inspirations. Facets express how a character performs. Yeah, Chandra Magic. I would definitely have a Google spreadsheet to do my aberrant creation as well. Characters receive 3 points to assign to facets at character creation. Facets can have ratings between 0 and 5, and players should assign points based on how their character responds to a crisis situation. They do not need to assign points to all facets. Purchasing a new dot in a facet costs 10 XP. Okay, so facets seem to be the unique thing for the adventure guys, though I do feel like I've seen it before. And I won't go crazy and go look back at my old character sheets, but I do remember that being a thing. So I kind of want to do a mesmerist because it seems like it's kind of like a little bit more different than the others, and also at least I know, um, I feel like I can select the gifts a lot more quickly than the other ones. So we'll do a mesmerist character. A mesmerist character. Players Corbin. Moment of inspiration. Okay, we're fine there for the moment. If I have, I think I'm gonna have to open up the Trinity Core book possibly, in case, because I think, yeah, additional rules. Okay, so additional rules for that is in Trinity Continuum Core. Now, is that showing up on stream at the proper aspect ratio? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll just jump down to character creation, and if I need anything from there, we'll be good. Okay, so we've got the character's name and background. I'm going to wait. Aspirations, I'll wait around too. We do know that they're going to be a mesmerist, which I sort of skipped down to moment of inspiration just because it'll help me figure out what type of character, like where to put my abilities in. I believe, if I recall our last time talking about character creation, daredevils were your more stalwarts were physical, daredevils were weirdly let me look at the types of daredevils. Daredevils were luck based, so they were more like social, if I think, and then the mesmerists are more mental. Okay, there we go. They kind of correlate to each other, but it's very difficult to kind of figure that out. Yeah, daredevils were talents, stalwarts were aberrants, and mesmerists were scions. Okay, I do like having a psychic character. If I ever play a role playing game of a fantasy variety, I always gravitate to the scion type characters, because I like to use telekinetic pushes to throw enemies into environmental hazards. I know that it's a little bit different with the psionics here, the psychic powers here, but I hey, whatever floats your boot. Um, let's see. So let's look at the paths. So they did add additional paths. We'll look at the origin paths here. Field researcher, an occultist, an outcast. Salt of the earth. Your character proudly hails from a humble blue-collared background, whether this means her family worked the land or lived in a factory town or ran a small business on Main Street. Times were often tough. Okay, the mastermind. Some people, plans are a necessary evil, a boring chore you must complete. For you, the plans you enjoy in their own right. You love working through elaborate scenarios in your head. There's a show off, and there's a slick. Some people who are just got a silver tongue. Okay, grifters. I'm kind of leaning towards the occultist just because I feel like a mesmerist would be an occultist, but maybe outcast would probably be a better one. I feel like a hermit or somebody who maybe doesn't like. I kind of want to go against the stereotype here. So if we got more of, say, someone along the lines of a outcast, I can be like, this person was out in the wilderness who was trying to basically like sort of like meditate and such, and found this inner peace, inner power within them. So I think I'm gonna go with a mesmerist, and we're gonna go with an outcast. And I think it's gonna just grab one rank here of outcast, one dot. And we'll change the I accidentally put mesmerist in concept when it should be in type, inspired type. The concept we're going to have here is we are going to have our concept be a sort of inner self-help guy, maybe. Inner ascending to a higher plane of existence guru type, I guess. Meditative guru. There we go. So going from that, what else we got? We got more role paths. So you've got your fixer, who is basically gonna be a criminal for you, like get you things that are legal. Oh, oh, I went into role paths by accident when I looked at mastermind. Okay. Show off, slick. Okay. Fixer sounds pretty fun. A show off. I feel like humility is something that this guy would be good at. You know what? Fixer sounds like something that could be a little bit more like the seedy underbelly of this guy. Maybe he's kind of a criminal. Like he's got a network of informants and stuff. So he's always able to find what he needs. So we'll do that. We'll put Fixer in there. If it doesn't work, though, we'll talk to our game master, the storyteller, I believe, story guide. They'll help us figure this all out. Okay, so society paths. Aeon Society is pretty cool. The Air Circus, Branch 9. I've been gravitating to Branch 9 a lot of the time. International Detective Agency. Archivists. Artisans of the Verse. Did we go over this one before? Artists who seek to use beauty and foster understanding and spread appreciation for the wonders of the inspired world. The artisans are less a proper organization and more of a salon in the classical sense of the term. Okay. I think we can go for them. Go for artisans of the verse. Excuse me. So we'll go for artisans of the verse. Now, if I remember correctly, when we choose our path, we get to choose 3 skills. Paths. 3 paths. Now, where do we get our skills from it? 16 skills with each representing a skill reap. Most characters come from her paths. Okay. Put all 3 dots in one skill or divide the 3 dots. Yeah, okay. I got it right. Okay, so going back to the origin. Our origin is occultist. Our skills we can choose are enigmas, humanities, and integrity, and science. Enigmas, humanity, integrity seem like good for me, so I'm gonna say enigma, and I'll just put an O here for origin. Next. So I think we're not gonna have the science one for this character. I think 2 in enigmas, 1 in integrity for starting. Next, we gotta go for the fixer. Fixer is going to have culture, larceny, persuasion, or survival. Persuasion, culture look good. Survival maybe too. Larceny, probably not larceny, but larceny would be good for this character. So going to R, persuasion, and survival. I'm thinking we're gonna go for. I think we're gonna go for the 2 dots in the persuasion, 1 dot in larceny for the criminal aspect of him. We do get the 6 dots at the end, so we'll be fine after that. So we've got our society path now. God. Society path. We decided on the artisans of the verse. Culture, empathy, humanity, integrity. Empathy is a good one to have. Humanities probably might be good. Integrity, though, I think would be better. So, culture. Oh, I keep mixing the character sheets. I should be saying there. So we already have culture. So empathy we'll have because of our society path. If I look back, empathy, humanity, integrity, culture. Empathy, culture. Okay, so let's put in 1 dot into our humanity and 2 dots into our empathy. And from right here, we should have 9 points. And if I look back at character generation, it's so hard to do skill dots sometimes, especially when you have a really solid image of the character in your head. I find Chandra Magic, that is very true. And Void Nothing, thank you for the cheering on of Chandra Magic in this. Mostly because if I have a solid idea of a character, I know what I want their skill levels to be in spots, and there are never enough dots. That is right. I think a lot of characters, Chandra Magic said that. I think the problem with a lot of these characters is that when you're thinking of them in media res as a character, like having already gone through adventures. It's not until you're actually playing the game that you realize you're doing a starter character. So, for instance, if I'm playing like someone who's going to be like the expert gunman or something like that, then I find out, oh, I'd have to put all my dots into firearms, but then he can't also be a great athletic person. Well, I have to build him to that image I have in my head. Just um I can't just excuse me. I can't just start at that spot unless I'm playing Aberrant, which apparently does start just at that spot. Void nothing coming in for just the cheers. Man, that's crazy. I am very unfamiliar with the I am very unfamiliar with how Twitch works, so seeing something about cheers, I have no idea what's going on, but it seems cool. Uh anyway, continuing on, so we have the so we had 3 dots to choose for the skills. Do we have all? Is the maximum 16? I thought the maximum was 16 for the skills. These skills are represented if you acquired over the course of the game, but the player gets 6 additional dots. I might be missing something here, and I'm leaning on Chandra Magic here to correct me, but it seems like I get 3 dots of skills associated with. You gain 3 dots distributed amongst 4 skills for each. You put all 3 dots in one skill or divide them amongst. The Trinity Continuum has a total of 16 skills. Oh, 16 skills, so I get 15 in total. Okay. Confusing. No, but if it's 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1, not 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Or, sorry, clue reference. And I did it wrong. God. I'm such a phony. Let's put, I'm guessing, I'm gonna actually look ahead at the, edges or gifts for being a mesmerist, just so that I can see what they require. I'm just checking here. It seems like a lot of them have prerequisites of other abilities, composure, manipulation, a lot more attributes than skills, it seems. Some for medicine, some for empathy, athletics, survival, pain amplification. Okay. There are a lot of these powers. I'm gonna probably be taking a lot of time on this, looking through all these damn powers that seem so cool. Now, here's the problem I have with prerequisites. Prerequisites typically mean that you are not going to realize what power you want until you start doing until you start getting to this section. You're going to realize you're going to have to rejigger your character stats. It happens a lot of the time for me. Evil Eye seems like a cool one. I have the enigmas for it. Dowsing. That seems even cooler. You're going to realize that you're basically ending up in a situation where you're not going to be able to take the powers you want, and you're going to have to go back and rejigger your abilities so that you can get things proper. Get things in the proper way. Otherwise, you're making changes and you're realizing, oh, wait, I accidentally... I started with, for instance, right now, I started with 2 dots, 1 dot in integrity, but then I'm like, oh, I don't need integrity for my thing. I'll just drop it down to 1 and then put the other dot into persuasion. But then I realize, oh, integrity is for my origin path, not my role path. So that skill point can't be moved around like that. And it does become a bit of an issue. I think I can get away with most of these if I just put some in survival, put some in enigmas, and put some into. So I'll put 1 dot into enigma, so that's 6. So I'll have 5 left. 2 dots into survival, and then I've got 3 left. I'm gonna put 1 into persuasion because I'm gonna assume there's some sort of like Jedi mind trick thing. I might need some close combat stuff just in general, so I'm gonna put 2 dots in close combat, and then I've got 1 dot left. I'm gonna put 1 dot into empathy. Okay, empathy. Man, this is always so difficult to do. Okay, so we've got that down. Our attributes are rated 1 through 6. Though only talented and special characters may gain the ability to purchase a 6 dot in an attribute through purchasing an edge. So we got to rank them in the order that we want to do them in, and it is 6 4 2. So, oh god, I just killed a bug. Apologies. My ninja reflexes got the better of me. Okay, so going back to the character sheet. Cunning, I want to have up high. We're probably going to be only putting 2 dots in here. I'm going to put 1 dot into might, 1 dot into stamina. Or 1 dot into might, 1 dot into dexterity. Here we'll put our 4 dots that we're going to get. So I'm going to put 1 dot here, 2 dots here, 1 dot in intellect. Just a general, and then present, and then over here I'm gonna put no, I should do 4 dots over here. So I'm gonna do slightly 4, and then I'm going to do that. So I have 6 now. So that'll be 3 dots in cunning, 2 dots into resolve, 1 dot into intellect, and then for this one, I'm just gonna bump up manipulation and then 1 dot into presence, but leave nothing in composure. No, I'll put 1 dot into composure. So we'll be there. Now, facets. I don't think we're doing facets yet. I think if I go back to character creation summary, we have skill tricks that we should be doing. Skipping ahead of myself here. Specialties with a high enough rating, and gain 1 skill trick in a skill with a 3 rating or higher. So I'm going to get 1 skill trick for empathy, enigma, and persuasion. So if I go here for, do they have new skill tricks in here? If I do a control F here. Skill tricks. Looks like skill tricks aren't in this book, so I'll have to get them from here, from the original PDF. So go over to skill tricks, go to enigmas. Connect the dots. When confronted with a pattern, set of circumstances, or incomplete evidence, you can spend 1 enigma, 1 momentum for your character to make a logical leap, which allows her to gain the results of a single research action immediately. Did the math. Can add enhancement, elite hacker. Well, I'm not hacking in here. Instant solution. Okay. Instant solution sounds like a good one. You basically can spend momentum to solve a minor puzzle. So I'll put that here next to my skill. Unless there's skill tricks down here. Nope. So enigmas, space, instant solution, empathy. These are skill tricks, right? I'm not. Okay, skill tricks are just some examples. Okay, so empathy, cold reader, rumor has it, crack in the ice, 6 degrees. I always like cold reading. Yeah, use the skill trick to ask the story guide for a small personal detail about the target, such as where they grew up. So, cold, cold reader. I always like the type of characters who can discern information about people without actually talking to them. Sort of like your Sherlock type character. Captivating personality. That's something I do not have as the awkward GM. You can find me on YouTube, by the way. I'm told I should be promoting myself more on this channel, but in any case, captivating personality. When a character turns on the charm, it's like she's the only thing in the room. Activate this skill trick to ignore the effect of atmosphere on one influence roll. Devilishly good looking. Shifts a person's attitude towards you by 1. Easy to love. Convince someone in the short term when making a skill roll with complex action to build overcome a milestone for free. I'll do devilishly good. Devilish good looking. Devilishly good looking. So character sheet here. Persuasion. Persuasion is basically your your charisma stat. Okay, so we've selected our attributes. If I go back here to character creation, select our favorite approach, and if I remember correctly, our favorite approach gives us an extra dot in each of the attributes. Yes. So our favorite approach is going to be finesse. So cunning, dexterity, manipulation. I feel like I've done my favorite attribute as finesse every single time. I might just be biased towards it. The moment of inspiration that made us a mesmerist. I think going on top of the mountain, meditating in isolation for many months made us a mesmerist. So we've got that going for us. Advantages. Gain 4 gifts. The character must meet the requirements for any gift selected. So gain 3 from the group we select and 1 from outside that group. Okay. So that seems pretty boilerplate here. So do we wait a minute, did I miss edges? Edges. Skill tricks. Gain skill dots and edge dots from each path. Okay, so I did miss edges. Edges associated with the path. You gain 2 dots to distribute among edges associated with each path. A player can divide. Okay, so the edges associated with our paths. And I apologize for going out of order. This character creation can be a bit of a hiccup, but that's why this is a beginner guide. You're going through this with me. Origin path. So going back here, occultists. Our edges include alternate identity, covert, danger sense, iron will, polyglot, safe house, and useful esoterica. Immediately jumps out to me. I'm not even going to look at it. Polyglot. I always love a good polyglot. If there's any ability that I would love to have, it is the ability to speak all languages. If I look here, polyglot is not in this PDF. It must be in this one. Polyglot. There we go. You have mental edge. You have an amazing facility for languages and whether you learn. Once exposed to such language, your character quickly learns them. However, picking up the basics in a day or two and becoming fluent after little more than a week or of steady exposure. Okay, so we got that. Okay, so there are mental edges here. Okay, gotcha. Roll path for the fixer. Oh, I still have one more dot from occultist to fill out. Safe house is probably a good one. Safe house in here. Safe house is one dot. I can take one dot of safe house. What that gives me is it gives me a place that is more difficult for my opponents to find. So safe house. Then we've got here for the fixer, we can take a edge like alternate identity, danger sense, direction sense, misfix it, polyglot, safe house, skilled liar, wealth. Wealth sounds good. Skilled liar also sounds good. Now, if I look here for my edges, is skilled liar here? Style, sweet talking, sweet science. Okay, it seems like that is in here. Skilled liar is a 2.1. Or I could do wealth at 2 dots. I'm going to do wealth at 2 dots. If you have any suggestions, please post them in the messages below. I love hearing from you guys, or gals, or non-binary, or whatever you wish to go by. Gotta respect that. Now we've got wealth at 2 dots. Next one is society path, which we chose as those artisans of the verse. Art is universal, artistic talent, big-hearted, breath control, fame, keen sense. Ugh. Okay. I'm just going to take 1 second to remind you all that there is a Trinity Continuum adventure live stream actual play that is going to be next week at 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. I'm saying that because I'm covering adventure right now, and I'm not going to be covering adventure next week. Unless I can figure out something else to do, but for the moment, that's my plug for that again. Let's see, artistic talent, big-hearted. Any of these in this book? Art is universal as 2 dots. Let's check that one out. You are adept at using your artistic ability to connect with others to break the ice and put them at ease. You gain 3 enhancements on intrigue actions to influence your target you just met, and does not share a common culture with while the character is engaging in her chosen art form. Okay, so basically if I start to meditate, I can bring someone in and teach and connect with them. So I'll say art is universal. That sounds really good to have. So 2 dots there. So I have all the edges now. Now I can go into gifts, and I have to choose a type of gift first, and then I can pick one outside of that game. So do I do biological? No. Do I do cognitive, mental ones? I think my character's mental stats are pretty high. So there's that. Or do I do energetic, which I hope is a ability to manipulate forces outside herself and others, often turning into powerful psionic attacks. Ooh, energetic sounds so good. God. Yep, energetic is pretty interesting. Okay, but it's interesting, but my character isn't built for it. So I think I might have to go for cognitive instead. Apologies. If I wanted to go uh, energetic over cognitive, I'd put an extra dot. Oh no, I do have an extra dot in dexterity. But I have 5 cunning. It's always so frustrating. Uh, I'm gonna take it as my secondary, but my primary is gonna be cognitive. Um, so the keywords are cognitive and momentary. Where are these keywords coming from? Origin path? Does the origin path give me keywords? Daredevil gift keywords. Attribute, composure, skill, enigma. Why do these all have Daredevil gift keywords? Okay, maybe I'll go up to the Mesmerist and see if they have a keyword associated with them. No. If anyone knows why there are keywords associated with things, please let me know. Because right now it's making me feel like keywords limit what I should be able to take. Associated with Daredevils gain 1 gift from each path associated with the path's keywords. Okay, so that's why they're Daredevil keywords. So the Mesmerist chooses their primary. Okay, so they don't need to use the keywords for their thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with what I think it's trying to tell me right now. So the keywords are cognitive and momentary. So annotated bibliography. I do have empathy. I do have cunning. It lets me look at someone and see their surface thoughts. That's actually really good. Let's see if there's anything that's monotony. Placing our words with psychic powers, you sow confusion in the listener. Okay, so I can disorientate people. Some of these have prerequisites that are pretty interesting to me. Oh, is my enigma's not 4? Damn it. I saw if I see something that has a high skill requirement as a prerequisite, I sometimes gravitate to those because I feel like, oh, those are going to be really good ones. So this one allows me to predict the future. Hypnotic sleep, composure or presence plus monotony, hunter and prey. Now this one requires another ability that's later down. Labyrinth I can't use because I don't have command. Marked man. Spend an inspiration while touching another person. This mark allows the mesmerist to sense the target's location, direction relative to herself. Symbiotic links such as a lock or a piece of hair will suffice. That's pretty cool. Medium. Is this being able to talk to ghosts? Oh, if the target died in the emotional resonance, so I can sense a psychic emanation of a person who was present there within the last day, so I can tell if someone had been there previously, but I can't like talk to them. Palace of the Mind requires photographic memory 3. Psychic double I do have cunning, but I don't have larceny 2. No, I just have larceny 1. Psychic programming. Queen takes pawn. Oh god. So many of these things I'm just like, I want to take, but now I have to go back and rejigger everything if I do. Terra Manifest. That which was. This does not have a prerequisite. Your character can examine the location and create a mental reconstruction of events that transpired there. That which was sounds very much like someone who would meditate. So I will do that. That which was. Okay, so. Oh, wrong PDF. The truth of things could hold an object. Burn an image on the surface of energy that carry emotional resonance that spreads to any who view it. That sounds weird to me. I'm not sure about that just for this character concept. We did have this ability that we just took did have a prerequisite for something else. That which was hunter and prey. Spend it when you describe. When your character examines the location, he may describe a person tied to that location, the person who lives here, the killer, reconstructing the subject's persona within his mind. He may then ask a number of questions. Yep. Sounds good. Hunter and prey. I get to know a little bit more information about who was in a location. Last one, as far as being able to think something out. I do have Hive Mind. Bind your character up to the intuitive facet and others that share the same state of consciousness. Into a shared you remain independent and you're able to talk to your surface thoughts. If the character possesses Palace of the Mind, she may allow others within the collective to access it without need to hypnotize or guide them. Seems pretty interesting, though I'm not interested in that. Ooh, Friends from Foe. Requires larceny and psychic double. Damn it. Evil Eye. Spend a point of inspiration and take an enigma plus presence action against the target's resolve. Success afflicts them with the evil eye condition. -1 atmosphere that falls around them as self-doubt and paranoia affects the people around them. Oh man, that sounds pretty cool. I'll take evil eye. Can I get a the one finger death punch from like Kill Bill? It's like stab a guy, bring him down. Now there was something in here in the energetic that really stuck out for me, which was the Javelin of Will. Now can I take Javelin of Will? It requires a Might of 3 or Intellect of 3, which I have neither. Great. Is there something that I can do? Mental Burst requires Might again. Mind Hammer requires that. Manipulate you without touching you. Monsters from the id. Can't take that. Psychic Accuracy. She hurls a burst of psychic force at her enemies. Does not use typical. Add the mesmerist's destructive facet in enhancement to apply combat stunts and other stunts gained from this. Okay. Okay, so I could do that. Stunning Pulse. Aim, Enigmas 2 or Intellect 2. Spend Inspiration and make an attack action using Enigmas plus Intellect. Aim or Enigmas plus Intellect or Resolve against the defense of all targets within close range. You know what? Sounds like fun. I like to send out a Stunning Pulse to destroy my enemies. Stunning. Now, if I remember correctly, I did have one that used is one of my gifts uses intuitive and one uses destructive. So I'm going to up my destructive to 2 and my intuitive to 1. So I have those facets set up. And if I'm correct, I only had 3 dots in facets I could put in. Yeah. Yeah. You gain 4 gifts. You only gain. Yeah. 3 points between facets. I could spend XP. If I could expend XP, I would. And then we calculate our health and ratings as detailed on page 38. Assign 1 bonus dot to any attribute and spend 4 dots of edges. But she must meet. Okay, so I can get 4 more edges. We're getting up on time here, but I think I can do 4 dots of edges pretty quickly. Again, I'll thank Void Nothing for the cheers. If you want to put out more cheer, you can. If I'm gonna increase one of these skills here, I guess I'm gonna increase intellect, just so that I'm a little bit more intelligent. But okay, so I get more edges. Let's look at edges. We get 4 dots of edges. What about enhanced edges? A roller society rating of 3, fame 3, hardy 2, larceny or survival 3, safe house and either. Okay, we don't have that either. Okay, so we can't use the enhanced edges. If I look at my paths that I've taken, the occultist path gives us alternate identity, useful esoterica. So if I get that's probably a mental one, right? Useful esoterica. Alternate identity. Oh, we could take fame up to 3. Alternate identity up to 2. So I think fame 2 and alternate identity 2 would make sense for this guy, because he's probably a con artist in all sense, and just sort of got to the point where he had some sort of insight. So fame 2 and then alternative identity, and I'm saying 2 for, and I'm gonna put the alternate identity as criminal, just to start. So we got those 4 set up. Thank you, Chandra Magic, for staying up for this. Enjoy your rest. And I'm just gonna plug my channel. There is also going to be a the Onyx path has their. The Onyx path does have their game night at the last Friday of the month. That is going to be June 30th. So if you want to go and see that, you can. There is going to be the Onyx PathCon June 16th to the 18th. I'm actually going to be a part of it. It's going to be fun. They're raising money for the Bodahan group, and all proceeds from Start Playing raised over the weekend will go to them. You can story guides and players can sign up now to run and play games at this link, and I'm just going to drop that in here. And that's for the convention. For my YouTube channel, I am plugging it here. Man, it's like I should have a little person in here, like helping me out. Last, I'm trying to think if there's anything else left for the character that we need to do. Um, oh, there's a sale on storyteller screens at Indie Press Revolution. And I will plug that in there. I think the character's all done. If I look at how to calculate health in here, it should just say if your stamina is above a certain amount, you gain an additional bruise level. That's true. Your defense is always 1. So we're pretty much all set here as far as the character goes. I did put the skill tricks in the wrong place. So cold read, instant solution, devilish, good looks. Those should be there. Specialties. How are specialties calculated? You can gain a specialty when most characters gain, I suppose, skill points received. You gain a skill trick. I don't see specialty talked about. Am I spelling specialty wrong? Skill specialties, page 45. Once a character has a specialty, she may apply. If a character had 4 dots in the aim skill, the enhancement would be worth 2. Oh, each dot at or above 3 adds an extra point of enhancement. So because I have 3, I have extra specialties for certain actions, probably. So basically, I'm going to put down here for my specialties, persuasion. I'm going to say motivational speaking. You can't see that, but I think it's there. Empathy, I'm going to put down as body language. And then enigma, mind puzzles. I don't know. Oh, we do have the path still. You do get your path gives you access to a organization, friends, and organization, an NPC associated with it, and a place that you're given access to. So for Outcast, he is going to probably have his path contact. I'm assuming path contacts start at 1 dot. Let's see if I look up path contacts in here. If I look up contacts, maybe. Maybe all the way down here. Maybe not all the way down here, maybe up here. It seems like this is just for your own, for tracking your contacts, but how would you do that? Apologies for the confusion here, but I think honestly, I think it's just you have 1 dot of contacts for each of your paths. So for my occultist one, I probably have contacts with other gurus. For my being a fixer, I probably have contacts with Probably have, as a fixer, I'm someone who gets a lot of things, so probably have a contact in some sort of smuggling ring. I'm going to say smuggler. And then for a contact within the artisans, I probably have a contact with a museum curator. And those are probably good people to have access to. What is the name of my guru? Let's call this guy. Let's call him Exton, because that is the name of one of my first characters. Exton, named after Exton, Massachusetts, because I am very lazy when it comes to names, and sometimes I just think of names when I'm driving on a road trip. In any case, it is now 6 o'clock. I'd like to thank you all for joining us for creating this character in Trinity Continuum Adventure. Again, there is going to be a Trinity Continuum Adventure on Mondays at 7 p.m. Not this Monday, but starting next Monday. Put it in your calendar. Remind yourself. If you liked seeing me talk about Trinity Continuum Adventure, you're probably going to like it even more seeing it in action. I'm probably going to check it in on if I can. Usually that's around the same time that my Werewolf the Forsaken game is playing, so I might not be able to. But I'm going to try and jump in, and say hi to them. In any case, thank you all for watching. Next week is going to be another Trinity Continuum game, I believe. If I look at what I asked Travis for, what did I ask him for? What did he give me? He gave me access to Trinity Continuum Adventure and Trinity Continuum Assassins. Assassins is going to be the next one. I hope you are ready for this. To give you just a little taste of it, Trinity Continuum Assassins, that's what it looks like. Spy, espionage looking thing. If I were to look up the Drive-Thru RPG page on it, for Trinity Continuum Assassins, it will say it is transporting players to the underworld, where well-dressed killers for hire use high-tech weapons and gear to eliminate their targets. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm going to just double-check here if there are any other streams going on that are TTRPG related that I can drop you off at, because rating someone else's stream at this time is pretty fun. It does not look like anyone else is raiding at the moment, but I think that'll be it for this weekend. Catch me again next week, and we are going to go over Trinity Continuum Assassins. Thank you all so much.